pop out chat. I'm surprised that when they became old enough to legally import. The what? The what? Power loader? The... All right. Okay. Get rid of the roof. Culture is oh, I've got nothing. Culture as fuck. That's funny. Okay, what's the news on, let's turn on breaking points. They'll definitely know. Fuck. Video. 5 playlists, post store. Okay, never mind. Israel, Iran, ceasefire. Let's do that. What's the deal with the ceasefire? There it is.
Fareed, as is often the case in our current news cycles, as you were talking, the president just posted on Truth Social moments ago.
What's going on here?
Again, this just happened. I don't want to spring this on you, and we're trying to figure out exactly
Here
what
it
it
is.
means. It's a rather lengthy post on Truth Social. Again, we had been reporting, Clarissa and I were just discussing that there were warnings about strikes in Tehran. There have been strikes throughout the course of the day. What do you think this means?
Well, it follows exactly what I was saying. Trump is now clearly trying to transition from war maker to peacemaker, and he's used his considerable influence with Bibi Netanyahu. Let's remember the Israelis also did massive damage. I would argue the Israeli strikes were probably more significant in setting back the Iranian program than even the American strikes, because they got to 20 of the top scientists, 20 of the top military officials, degraded almost every facility, destroyed Iran's air defenses. So Israel feels like it can stop. Trump wants to move into a peacemaking role. He wants it to stop. The Iranians obviously have no I mean, it's only good for them because they have not been able to really respond in any sense to Israel's pummeling attacks because they don't have much capacity. But then the question becomes, what do those negotiations look like? The key stumbling block has been this. President Trump began the negotiations saying Iran could have some enrichment capacity, but it couldn't be the kind that could be weaponized. The Israeli position has been no, zero enrichment under any circumstances. The Iranian position has been we have to have the legal right to enrich, which is our right under the NPT. So that's where you have it. You know, Israel and Iran were at complete loggerheads. The U.S. had a middle position. About 2 weeks ago, Trump moved to the Israeli position. So the question is, now that he wants to be a peacemaker, is there going to be any give there? Or do the Iranians feel they're so weak, they have no option but to move to concede to the Israeli position? That is going to be the heart of the negotiations once they begin.
Yeah, the incompatible red lines haven't changed to any degree that we are aware of at this point. Fareed, stand by. I want to go straight to Jeff Zeleny over at the White House because, Jeff, we're all just digesting this in real time right now, and it seems there's a couple caveats, a couple elements in this. What do we know about what the president just posted?
Well, what we know is the president clearly is trying to move on very quickly, not only to turn the page, but to try and close the book on this entire 12-week episode. And we're seeing the message right there on Truth Social, which just came out. And Phil, I mean, never mind how extraordinary it is to basically explain what the president hopes would be the end of a war in a Truth Social post, rather than having officials actually explain it or the president himself. But the idea, the question is, several come to mind. One, does the president speak for Iran here? I mean, he could certainly speak for Israel, more likely that an endgame would be in sight, as we've been reporting. But it's very much an open question. What he knows that would lead to a ceasefire. But separate of all of this, Bill, the same question remained right now tonight as it did before this message was sent out. What about the Iran nuclear program? The president has insisted it was obliterated. The president has insisted that it was wiped away. There is no evidence of that yet. So you just get the sense that President Trump is trying to move on from this very quickly, as he often does on things that are somewhat controversial. This has been controversial among his movement. There's no doubt about that. There's a classified briefing on Capitol Hill tomorrow. Many deep questions from both sides of the aisle about this. So the president clearly is trying to put this in the rearview mirror. Well, that would defy history in one respect, but also, again, the question of what is left of Iran's nuclear program. And we simply do not know the answer to that.
Jeff Zeleny for us at the White House, thank you very much. We're going to continue to follow all of this breaking news. Joining us now is Democrat from Illinois, Congressman Mike Quigley. He's on the House Intelligence Committee. Congressman, as we kind of try and understand exactly what the president is laying out here on Truth Social, what's your initial reaction to the potential for a ceasefire that's being announced here?
Look, we always welcome a ceasefire. There's always room for diplomacy. It's also important to understand how we got here. The hopes is that they continue to move toward a negotiated agreement here. But that agreement sounds a heck of a lot like the JCPOA, right? The deal that Iran was in compliance with years ago. They weren't creating material necessary for a bomb. And President Trump pulled us out of that deal. And so Iran went forward developing that material, creating a threat, which he now has to go bring us to a brinksmanship form.
Black Mage, 147. All right, Black Mage it is, champ.
The administration was scheduled to conduct an all-member House briefing on their intelligence, where things stood in the operation from the weekend. There were a lot of questions, not just Democrats, Republicans had as well, going into that briefing. What did you learn?
Well, look, all we can talk about is the fact that those threats are there. The fact of the matter is Iran is one of the largest state sponsors of terrorism, and that this attack created a very real risk for our allies and the United States at home. And obviously great concerns for our 40,000 troops throughout the Middle East and those bases there. And look, as you're reporting just...
Iran doesn't have a pot to piss in,
It's going to take some time
from my understanding of it. Iran's a paper tiger. They talk tough. They have to do a ceasefire. They're going to get killed.
It's extremely...
These kind of ideologues like the Ayatollah and these hardline Muslim weirdos, they're
extremely mobile.
like,
So,
they're
I
warlord,
think it's
5th century
beyond the realm
Islam
of normal
caliphate
optimism to
level of
think that,
thinking.
The system,
Backslash wave to you
where
too.
they're going has been obliterated.
They're
there are still very real
not
concerns.
normal
but we're
people.
going to learn a
I'm
lot
on the
more in the
age.
coming days and weeks.
And again, I'm very aware there are very significant
yeah.
limits to what you can say coming out
They're
of the
not
briefing,
rational
like the one you were
actors.
just in. But it seems to be what you're saying is the president's contention that the program was destroyed, obliterated, no longer
gotta
exists,
sell
does
these.
not track with your understanding of things after this briefing.
I'd rather put it in a more general way. I've been on the committee over 8 years, and whenever there's an attack like this, it takes a long time.
I want to catch a jellyfish. How do you
fully
catch
assess
jellyfish?
what
I've
has
never
taken
been able to
place,
catch a damn
what
jellyfish.
The actual results are. The fact of the matter is, it's an area that we're denied, and it's much tougher to get a true assessment. And generally, before the briefings, we all knew this stuff was very mobile. So I knew when the president said it was obliterated, it is the hyperbole of the president on a typical basis that nothing is ever going to be maybe or halfway. It's going to be total. And that's just not the way these operations work.
I'm about to make my first big purchase.
Again, it's a difficult mobile target.
It's really important context.
I don't want this mighty ring
really
anymore.
Appreciate your time, especially coming out of that briefing. Thanks so much.
Can I sell
Thank
this?
you. Take care.
No. Let's see. How many times Israel said ceasefire since 1948 and honored it? Yeah, Israel, it's turned into, after October 7th, it turned into mission creep, kind of like us in Afghanistan and Iraq. We're going to go there after 9/11 and punch out Al-Qaeda and the Taliban. Fine. Good and well. I get that. Then it became, oh no, wait, we got to build this bridge. Oh no, wait, we got to go defend this village. Oh no, wait, this warlord, we're going to back him. It never ended. So, there's that. Can I sell anything here? Nope, 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 nope. Oh, I can equip that. Neck, bronze medal. Are there MP hands? There's probably better gear I can wear. This is the most half-assed mage you'll ever see. Yeah, Israel, they're shysters with deals. Like, we gave them the West Bank is supposed to be Palestine, and those settlers just keep moving in, and they're tacitly backed up by the Israeli police and the IDF. And the Israelis, their whole thing is, well, this is our land. God promised it to us. So it's ours. It's not anti-Semitic to say that. That's just bullshit. That argument doesn't fly in the northeastern United States. That argument does not fly in North America with the Native Americans and indigenous people. How do we feel if Russia, China, and Iran gave the Ramapo Valley Indians in New Jersey a bunch of guns, tanks, and carved off a piece of the state and said, this is Ramapo land now, Ramapo Indian Nation, and it was backed by foreign military? How would we feel? That's basically what happened. Hey, Richie, what's happening, dude? It's just, the common denominator on this is just Israel. And like, I would say like 95% of the problem over there is, though, it's a lot of Orthodox hardline Muslims and Islam that just doesn't want the Jews to have the land. There's a tiny, tiny, tiny speck of land the size of New Jersey, smaller than like New Jersey or Rhode Island in the Middle East, that Israel calls home. It's all they want, even though they are tacitly expanding. But there's countless thousands of millions of miles of majority Muslim countries. You know, so part of it is straight up just racist, blatant anti-Semitism. They don't want the Jews to have it. They want to kill them all because they're the Jews. That's the part of the problem. I believe the Bible, God cast them from that land. Yeah. Yeah, there's actually a lot of Orthodox Jews, like the Hasidic Orthodox guys with the headgear and the curls and those guys. They're pro-Palestine. They hate this thing. They think they lost the right to, like, they believe in that. It's like an honor system to them. It's like, no, we lost the right. We shouldn't be here. But they all flock to Israel and live there and live on the government dole. They're all on welfare. The Orthodox Hasidics. Fun fact, they're all, they have 1 million kids. They don't work. They get religious exemption. The IDF is trying to change that law, make the Orthodox, it's mandatory service in Israel. What am I doing? Did I sell that ring? Equipment, ring. Good. I got 1 more level so I can wear my ring. I gotta get over there. Alright, I'm gonna change my job. I don't think I can do that. They had exemption, yeah. So I follow a lot of Israel's news, their current events. There's politicians in the Knesset who are trying to get rid of that exception for the Haredi. They call them the Haredi Orthodox. I think Haredi's the Hebrew name or whatever. Manischewitz stamps. What? So they're getting rid of that exception and making them serve. That's weird. Look at that. These pants clip through the goblin suit. That's weird. Don't equip hand or foot gear. That's so weird. Doesn't matter. I should just do fish tunica. It don't matter. Wardrobe, fisherman boots, ring, back, ear, hands, sword, schmog safe, crossbow bolt, that thing, hermit's ring, aesthetics ring. Yeah. It's a pretty situation. I wear the fish gloves. I feel incomplete if I'm not wearing full armor. So, gotta do it. I'm a very serious summoner. Lower Juno. What do I gotta do? I gotta change jobs, main job, warrior, outpost warp to dunes, and go to town. So yeah, there's that. What else is in the news? The national Trump declares. See, what's the CBC? That's Canada.
Already announced, by and large, that it's sitting this one out.
To hear this, the temptation might be to say Iran has largely been defanged. But this started with a worry about Iran developing a nuclear weapon.
You guys hear
the American B-2s and their bunker-busting bombs may not have entirely dissolved that threat.
I worry a lot that Iran will still be.
They try to delete all that stuff from the net.
Nuclear program.
What stuff? The Israel stuff. Everything I just said, basically.
I think the risk that
and the Haredi not serving
is still very live.
Like I've met Israeli Jews, and they're like, no, they suck. The Haredi, the Orthodox, Hasidic, those guys.
Prior to the US
they hate those guys. The secular Jews can't stand them because they're just rude, nasty people to anybody who's outside of their community.
If the US hit Fordow,
they don't serve. They're basically on welfare.
Would likely make the decision to actually build nuclear weapons. I'm deeply worried that decision is correct.
How would that happen with strikes the Americans insist were effective.
But I understand the initiative to create Israel, though. Every country the Jews were in, they were expelled in mass,
Iran's key nuclear
executed.
enrichment facilities have been completely and totally obliterated.
I can say to the American people with great confidence
Kustos and Richie, if you know, I thought the stealth bomber didn't work.
Today
the thing they used to drop the B-52s.
Notice the important caveat in the vice president's remarks.
I thought that thing didn't
because
work.
Being further away from
that was like a pet,
program
like
is not the same
cool
thing
project
as
of the
being
90s. It was all over
capable of
TV.
nuclear program.
No.
The head of the Iranian Atomic Energy Organization announced a new enrichment facility the day before Israel's airstrikes. It's unclear if it was hit. And as for the sites that
what did you say
affected,
before the delete comment? I didn't see it. Maybe that's why I'm missing something there. Maybe it's
showing a series of trucks and vehicles near the
that would be
entrance
something.
of the Fordo nuclear facility before the airstrikes. That matters because among the most crucial elements to making a nuclear weapon, quantities of highly enriched uranium are
I thought the stealth bomber
easy
didn't
to move
work
and hard to track.
The Iranian highly
so what did you say? Like I see the last comment from you. They try to delete all that stuff from the internet.
Stored in cylinders that are roughly the same size and shape as scuba tanks.
The angles reflect radar. No, like I thought it just didn't work. As in that thing can't even fly. Like I thought it was just like a military pet project because it looked cool.
You cannot militarily, kinetically eliminate Iran's nuclear program because that primarily resides in the knowledge of the Iranian scientists and technicians who work for it. So you can always rebuild eventually.
So after the U.S. president declared a ceasefire between Israel and Iran is happening, could diplomacy be back on the table? Up until this evening,
comment
it
and
seemed
dub
hard to
stamps
imagine.
comment.
Iran has said it will not return to the table as long as it's being
they
attacked
had
by Israel.
exemption.
Israel has
no,
said
I can see that.
No intention of
that one.
That it's in the midst of military operations. You know, the table's been blown up. So how can you return to it?
Red lines. There's always talk of red lines in a war. They are set, they are crossed, and they shift.
I actually think when we look back, we will say the 12-day war was an important reset moment for the entire region.
And now a region holds its breath. A new archive has been created to remember the victims of the Air India bombing.
This is something that was born on their person, and those people are lost.
The ongoing
reflection the plane Obama dumped millions into that never flew. There was one back in the 90s. Lewis Black told a joke about it 100 years ago of the plane that like it just taxied down the runway. That's all it did. It didn't even fly. This is music. Oh fuck, I never got my astral ring. I was gonna buy an astral ring. It was a reference to what is getting censored out of that country all over the net. Just, what did you say? Just type it again. Type it right now. With the... What the fuck is this music? Is this commercial music? And what's MSNBC? What's NBC saying?
It's the best thing that I could possibly be asked to do is to help serve Alaskans.
Senator Murkowski, we thank you for joining Top Story. Your book is out. We appreciate your time. We do want to get back to that breaking news on the ceasefire agreement between Israel and Iran that President Trump announced late today. NBC's Keir Simmons is in Erbil, Iraq. He joins Top Story tonight with some breaking news and some new reporting. Keir, what have you learned?
Yeah, Tom, we have some new insights into
Brutally.
what happened here with our own
Okay, all this see is
Sindor
brutally.
speaking to
Did it
President
happen
Trump
again?
and President Trump saying this ceasefire can be unlimited and can go on forever. What we're learning is the extent to which President Trump really pushed this deal through. So what I'm told by a diplomat with knowledge of the
They
talks
shout
is
them
that
down
President
publicly
Trump
too, saying,
spoke
okay.
to the Emir of Qatar. He told the Emir of Qatar that he had got Israel to agree to a ceasefire deal and asked the Emir of Qatar to try to get Iran to do the same. Now, this was then handled, I'm told, by this diplomat, by Vice President Vance and the Prime Minister.
What is getting censored out of that country all over the net?
They handled the details.
So what's getting censored out of
Iran
Israel?
agreed to that ceasefire. So this
That
deal
they're
was coordinated.
basically, just answer yes or no. Are they censoring the problems of the Israeli
reasons,
government and the
Tom,
hypocrisy?
why through the evening, we've been talking to sources, some of whom have not known that this deal was happening. We're trying to catch up on the news. There were even reports from inside Iran that the Iranians hadn't agreed to this deal. Reuters is now reporting tonight, based on one Iranian source, that in fact Iran has agreed. It is a developing story. You know, Tom, classic President Trump to announce it on his social media platform.
I do need as much MP as possible. The IDF targeting.
But another aspect of this that I think is just stunning, Tom, of course, is that earlier today, just a few hours ago, we were reporting on the Iranians firing
the IDF deliberately targeting buildings. Yeah, that's happening.
Thankfully, they managed to
they call
shoot them down.
themselves.
The Iranians gave
the IDF targeting Hasidics.
Notice that they were going to do this, and we were talking about this
targeting them
something
to
of a
end
show,
them, delete them,
of an
or
indication
targeting
the
to
Iranians
join the
wanted an
service.
off-ramp, without any idea at that moment that in fact that was exactly what was happening. And now this news that President Trump has personally brokered this,
I wonder,
working with
can I
Qatar,
fight a
according to this
sheep?
diplomat with knowledge of the talks.
Nope, that's tough.
Keir Simmons taking us behind the scenes on how these diplomatic plays happened. Keir, we appreciate you and all your reporting.
Some of that did.
Back here at home, we are following late
see.
developments.
Yeah,
at
they
the
wish they
Supreme
had
Court
the
tonight related to
Nazis,
President Trump's
the IDF.
deportation efforts. In a brief, unsigned order, the court
Hasidics,
clearing the way for the
Israel
Trump
going
administration to swiftly
stay
deport
doing
migrants
shit
to
than claiming
countries
their
where they have no
ops are doing
previous
that thing,
ties,
yeah.
known as third countries. Previously, a lower court ruled that migrants should have a, quote, meaningful opportunity to bring claims that they would be at risk of torture, persecution, or death if sent to these third countries.
Let's get the woof out.
The ruling immediately applies to a group of men the administration seeks to send to South Sudan. All three liberal justices dissented, calling the ruling an abuse of the court's power. The majority did not provide explanation for its ruling. And those deportation efforts tonight hitting a Marine veteran and his family hard. His wife detained at her interview for a green card, separating her from the couple's two young children.
Fenrir loses to a rabbit.
Just 3 months
That'd be
old.
pretty
NBC's
disappointing.
Aaron Gilchrist spoke with that vet and has this story.
There you go. Fuck him up.
Marine Corps veteran Adrian Kluat didn't expect to be caring for his two young
Beat them
children
and harass
all
them.
on his own.
Oh, the IDF beats up the
My son misses his mom
the
a lot.
Hasids?
It's
Wow.
actually gotten worse in the past.
I didn't know
couple
that.
days.
I'm not surprised.
He's constantly asking me for her. And
I mean, I'm not going to say
just
they
having,
deserve
like,
it, but
little
Hasidics, they're...
After immigration authorities
There's
detained his
videos on
wife
the
Paula
internet
at a
of,
green
like,
card
New
interview
York
in
City,
New
the
Orleans.
Hasidics that live
I was
in New York
devastated.
City,
I was
Crown Heights, wherever they are.
angry, upset.
The couple
During the
shares
New
a
York City
2-year-old
Marathon,
son
they're just
and a
walking around.
3-month-old daughter.
They're crossing the
Switched to
street, like
formula.
walking
She does get
through
to
the main
breastfeed
road
twice a week when
where
I
the
go to
race is
visit my
taking
wife.
place.
Kluat
And they
says
just
his
don't
wife
care.
came to the
Women
US
with
from Mexico
strollers,
as a
the
teenager
guys.
with her now estranged
There's even
mother.
videos on
He says she was detained
on
because of a
YouTube
deportation order issued
the
in
Hasidic
2018.
Jews,
My
you know, the
wife is
guy
living
with the
in a
head
homeless
care,
shelter in Indio,
with the
California.
hats, the
When this
curls,
all
and the
went down,
ties that come off their side.
her mom
They're
skipped
popping
the
up out of
appointment. The
sewers
judge,
like
by
Super
default,
Mario.
issued a removal order for my wife, her mother, and her brother.
That's all right.
And she was never notified of it. Like, she had no way of knowing.
Kluat says his family was trying to do the right thing and obey the law by still going to the green card interview.
The interviewer went and talked to his supervisor, and it came
Get him,
back to us
Kenny.
that we did well and to wait in the lobby for paperwork regarding our next appointment. And then, you know, the 3 ICE agents showed up and arrested my wife.
Kluat taking his wife's wedding ring for safekeeping as he says she was handcuffed
Get him,
and
Kenny.
led away. The Department of Homeland Security telling NBC News in part, Paula
That was
Kluat
tough.
is in the country illegally. President
Odds
Trump
your
and
uncle.
Secretary Noem are not going to ignore the rule of law. After nearly a month, Kluat says he's working to get Paula's immigration case reopened and trying
see. I
everything
think I'm
he
supposed to
can
fight
to
the
bring her
bats.
home.
It seems like there's no humanity with
In the
this,
tunnel.
you know, whole
I
deportation.
might even get a party invite. I won't be able to hear it
stick
because I don't have
going
my
on right
game
now.
volume on.
It feels hopeless, and I'm hoping I'm wrong.
You see the vet there holding his child.
Treading
Aaron
close to
Gilchrist
shit
joins
we
us
aren't
tonight.
allowed
Aaron,
to say. Or we're allowed to say
are there
whatever
any
the fuck we
special
want. This is
protections or
America.
benefits in place for military spouses in
That's what's
situations
sickening
like
about
this?
this too. We're bending over backwards for a foreign
Well, Tom
power.
Kluat says traditionally veterans had been allowed to
And
take
like
advantage
separation
of
of
the
church and
option
state,
of
that whole
parole
thing, and
in
we're bending
place.
our
So
knee
in this
to
case, Kluat says
It's
that his
basically
wife
a-
would have been able to parole at home.
they're basically a
would have been
theocracy.
able to get a work visa and would have been able to go through the green card process and eventually become a citizen that way. But in this instance, because of that deportation order that was placed
But
on
it's just
her
amazing,
mother,
the,
her
like,
and
what's
her
going
brother
on.
when she was a teenager, that
Thank you,
supersedes
Dubs.
even marriage.
Dubs, you got to come
according
down to my
Kluat. And so
neighborhood
for
one of
that
these
reason,
days.
she's been picked
Have
up
the long-awaited
by
Richie
federal
Dubs
agents
Benson
and is
meetup.
being held in custody.
Bring Michael
They are
Superbacker with
waiting
you.
now for
I'll get Casey
a
to
decision
join.
by a judge in California on whether to reopen that deportation.
Didn't you talk about wanting to do a
That is
fishing
something
trip
that
or
we're
something
told,
sometime
has
soon?
been really
Like with
moving
Michael
very slowly.
Superbacker?
So the concern is that they don't know when this judge's
Gotta
signature
drag
might
Prime
come through
406 games
and allow
out here.
them to try to make their case again for the asylum that was granted to this.
You're really
to
not
wife
far
and
from
her
me. You're probably
family
like an hour and a
previous to her
half, maybe an
marriage
hour.
to, this Marine Corps veteran. Tom?
All right. Aaron Gilchrist for us. Aaron, we thank you for that report. When Top Story returns tonight, it's being called the Cosmic Treasure Chest, the world's most powerful digital camera, bringing us a deep view of our universe like we've never
I
seen
want one of the
before.
Michael
Plus,
Superbacker
Dolly
mugs
Parton's
that
new
Rick-
9
that,
to 5
that
gig, the
Brody
country music
has.
legend heading to Vegas for her first extended run in 32 years. Could this be her swan song? Stay with us.
But that's, there you go. You're done.
Listen to full episodes of Meet the Press wherever you get your podcasts.
What happened to Fenrir?
Hey, I'm Hallie, and we are coming on the air with fast-moving developments. Those inflation
no.
numbers. There's a lot in the weeds here. We don't love to live in the weeds, but Christine Romans does. She's joining us now to help us understand it. Egg prices spiking, as anybody who has eyeballs that has been to the
Price of
grocery store
eggs
has
is too
seen.
damn
What
high.
does this mean for people? Cheap
Shit.
AI. Talk to me like I'm me,
that's
and you
fair.
know me. How big of a deal is this?
There you go.
We've
Get 'em.
managed to arrange a beautiful full moon.
I get
Would
it.
do this for just anyone, Hallie?
I want you to just vibe in the moment.
There you go.
Listen to
Fuck 'em up.
full episodes of Meet the Press wherever you get your podcasts.
Stay on top of breaking news and the biggest stories
I
of the
miss?
day with
That's
NBC
terrible.
News Daily. Get in-depth reporting
Oh.
from across the
Oh.
country and around the world.
There you go,
and ways
Kustos.
you can take
Check
care
this
of your
out.
health and your wallet. NBC News Daily.
I can wear my
Weekdays from 12
fasting
to 4
ring.
on NBC News Now.
I can wear my
Kristen Welker
sardonyx
hosts
ring, too.
Meet the Press every Sunday on NBC.
More Americans turn to NBC News than any other news organization.
NBC News Daily. Weekdays from 12 to 4 on NBC News Now.
I'm out of gas.
NBC News Daily.
Michael
Weekdays from
Super
12 to
Hatter.
4
I
on
like that.
NBC News Now.
As a journalist, I always raised my hand when news was breaking. You have to go in there to bring people closer to the story.
Nah, he's a good guy,
For
Michael
NBC,
Superbacker.
I'm Tom Yamas, and that's what
I don't
we
even
do
know if he
every
plays Magic. I feel like he hangs around this crowd just to have someone to talk to, and that's okay.
I got hooked on the news early on. We grew up an NBC
I'm gonna
family.
die.
And then at the age of 15, I started working in newsrooms. I always believed in what I did, and I knew it was important.
The feeling of vulnerability
okay.
is still apparent here in the
Where's
heartland.
Rusty?
I kept at it.
We're live tonight
I think
inside
he said he's
the
busy
disaster
doing
zone.
something. I don't know what.
This is a major development
Fucking
that is
shit.
breaking
Why did
tonight.
Fenrir
Connect
fizzle
with
out so
people.
fast?
How difficult was it to leave?
Oh, Fenrir was all beat up. He doesn't recover
I'm
each
Tom
day.
Yamas.
And that's what we do every day.
Alright, I gotta get better at this summoner thing.
Back now with Top Stories Global Watch, a major wildfire is forcing evacuations on the Greek island of Chios. Nearly
All right, this
200
news,
firefighters
not much
are now
going on.
battling the flames. It began yesterday as 3 separate fires merged into one. Firefighters say strong winds
Yeah, I think
today
he
are
just
making
goes along with
conditions
the
even
magic thing,
worse.
just to have some
An
people
arson
to talk to.
investigation team is being sent to look into how these fires began. A super yacht belonging to a British
he
tech
buys a
tycoon
bunch of
was
stuff
covered
from,
after sinking off the coast of Italy 10 months ago. Video shows it being
Twiddler and
lifted
all those
out of the
guys.
waters just off the coast of Sicily. The
All right, what do
56-meter
we
ship
got?
sank last.
What's Asmongold saying about this? What up, homie? What up, homie? I'm Tony. Videos. People need to hear this. Let's. It happened.
Trump administration officials are breathing a sigh of relief that the highly classified bombing mission appears to have gone off without a hitch.
Yeah, they popped off.
But there is also concern now about what happens next when it comes to Iran. Operation Midnight Hammer involved top secret planning and a head fake.
Michael Superbacker.
As
He's
two
got a
strike
weird,
forces of
big
B-2
following
bombers
from that,
departed the
you know,
U.S., flying in
the air
opposite
umbrella thing
directions
he
late
did.
Friday night.
It's hard
On
to even realize
Saturday,
that.
defense officials confirmed to CBS News that there were, in fact,
Anytime I post a
B-2s
video
headed
of just
to Guam,
like him, it's
flying
just one of his
west from
hats
their
with no,
home in
no
Missouri.
spoken audio.
But those were decoys.
And just him writing
A
post-it
separate
notes.
fleet
People
of
were like the
B-2s
legend.
departed from that same location, heading east to the targets in Iran.
Yeah, they sent them over there just
Oh,
to
the
get
D-level
people
sound?
confused.
Well, that was
and
so
it worked,
depressing
too.
and deflating
The
to me
crazy
as a
thing
kid.
is, like, you'd think it's like, oh, this seems really simple. Of
hated
course,
that.
they'd figure it out. They didn't.
Pentagon officials say the mission was an overwhelming success, but also concede it is too early to assess
my
if
ring
Iran
fell off.
still has nuclear capability. What is next for
Anybody?
the U.S.
Anybody?
role
Raise,
in this
raise,
very
raise, raise, raise,
volatile
raise.
crisis? Secretary of State
Raise.
and acting
See
White
somebody.
House National Security Advisor Marco Rubio
you shall
now
raise.
joins us. Mr. Secretary, I
don't
know
be an
it has
asshole.
been an intense few hours. But so far, it does not appear that Iran has
you
yet
shall
retaliated
raise.
against the United States. What intelligence do you have at this point about
I just need a raise,
their capabilities
raise
to
too,
respond,
an R2, and I'll be fine.
the intent of their proxies?
I'll get my level
Is there
back.
any kind of command and control structure left to activate them?
Yeah, well, we'll see what Iran decides to do. I think they should.
We'll see. He doesn't even give a fuck.
Choose the route of peace.
Okay.
We've done everything. We have been over backwards.
Remind me to drink
create
water,
a deal with these
people.
Steve Witkoff has traveled the world extensively, met with them. Well, not even met with them, met through the Omanis with them and discussed back and forth. We even put an offer to them that they wanted elements of it in writing, and we offered it to them. Very generous offer, by the way. We've done it, and we're prepared right now. If they call right now and say, we want to meet, let's talk about this, we're prepared to do that. The president's made that clear from the very beginning. His preference is to deal with this issue diplomatically. But he also told them we had 60 days to make progress or something else was going to happen. And
the underbelly of this
And
crap.
on day 61, everybody in the leadership and the negotiations just happened to get killed. Well, there it is. Something else happened.
I think they
That's
thought they
another
were
thing about
dealing with a
Israel.
different kind of leader, like the
Sometimes
kind of
people make a
leaders
deal
they've
with
been
us.
playing
They
games
keep
with
killing
for the
all the
last
people that
30 or
make a
40
deal.
years.
I think that's exactly
That
what
they would
happened.
make a deal with.
I think that they are used to dealing with retards that listen to, again, and this is the reason why I was really happy to have Trump and Elon in the White House, because I was like, I think these guys are scammers and clowns and criminals. Thank God. Thank
That
God.
guy, they must be
Finally,
real.
we're going to have somebody in here that knows what to do
What an
whenever
asshole.
you deal with a scammer and a criminal. Fucking finally. Yeah, because they know what they're doing. They play the game. Yeah, it's some fucking common sense. Exactly.
They found out that's not the case. So this mission was a very precise mission. It had 3 objectives, 3 nuclear sites. It was not an attack on Iran. It was not an attack on the Iranian people. This wasn't a regime change move. This was designed to degrade and or destroy 3
tweeting about
nuclear
regime
sites
change.
related to their nuclear weaponization ambitions, and that was delivered on yesterday. What happens next will now depend on what Iran chooses to do next. If they choose the path of diplomacy, we're ready. We can do a deal that's good for them, the Iranian people, and good for the world. If they choose another route, then there'll be consequences.
Someone else had a good point. People saying Taco are now up in arms about Trump taking action. That's because the Trump always chickens out Taco thing was just bullshit. And this is what I said before. These people have no guiding moral philosophy at all. There is no guiding moral principle that they're using. They're just retards who complain and get mad for no reason. So you shouldn't take anything that they're saying seriously. You shouldn't listen and be like, oh, I wonder what they're really trying to mean by this. It doesn't mean anything. They're not trying to communicate anything. They're not trying to message anything. There's just nothing. Leftists are nonstop playing mental gymnastics. Well, it's not mental gymnastics. They're not even trying to do gymnastics. Like, they're just simply walking around.
I don't want to go back to
Taco. People kept spamming and saying Trump always chickens out. Trump, TACO, right? Always chickens out. And like now he didn't. Yeah, none of those people are complaining now.
Good for the world. Yeah. If they choose another route, then there'll be consequences for that.
Yeah, and again, also, like, at this point, I mean, if I was them, fuck. I mean, you already got your nuclear sites bombed. You've gotten all of your air stuff destroyed. You've gotten your entire leadership killed multiple times over.
I'm on Twitch if anybody's
At what
interested.
point is enough enough?
I only have one viewer on Twitch currently, but...
Because it's not like, I mean, at this point, it's like they can basically guarantee that if we don't play ball, we're literally going to die.
Oh man, I pulled some odd jaws. That's because of lack.
Doesn't MSM, Trump regime hate MSM? It seems so useful of them to advocate when they want to address the nation. Well, yeah, Trump has always dealt with the mainstream media, even though he's been adversarial with them. Yeah, that's true, of course.
And I was like, I mentioned 2 stories of things that happened to me relevant to this topic. I'm like, I got blacklisted by a guy. I did a / random,
did not see
and I won.
intelligence
I'm like,
that
cool,
the
I won.
Supreme
What's my
Leader
prize?
had
And they said a
ordered
blacklist, and they
weaponization.
blacklisted me. And there's another incident.
That's
of a guy
irrelevant.
who
I see that question being asked on the media. That's an irrelevant question.
blacklisted
They
me.
had everything they need to build a weapon.
He was a bard in a party I was in. And the whole party was telling me I had to pull.
Are these people lying
I was a
and
Dark
fucking
Knight.
you around?
Every party I've ever been in, the bard
so if you
should be
find out
pulling.
they're lying and fucking
And
you
they
around,
shit on me
and
for it and call
they're
me not
fucking
very
you around
nice.
and lying to you in the nature
The
of something
guy
that's
was a
building nuclear
complete
weapons.
weird, like,
what is the
unnecessary
conclusion to that?
asshole about it.
Well, it's because they're probably trying to build nuclear weapons.
No, it's not.
Yes, it was.
No, it's
that
not.
the political decision had not
I know
been
that better
made.
than you know that, and I know that that's not the case.
But
You don't
I'm
know-
asking you
don't
whether
know
the
what you're
order
talking
was
about.
given.
And the people who say that.
Anybody?
It doesn't matter if the order
Anybody?
was given. They have everything they need to build nuclear weapons. Why would you
His
bear
name Kevin? Like,
fucking exactly. Like, we need an order to be sure that all of the different actions they're taking. Yes, exactly.
Why would you bury? It doesn't matter if the order was given. They have everything they need to build nuclear weapons.
Yeah.
Why would you
Come on.
bury? Why would you bury
if I
things
laid
in a
here
mountain
dead long enough,
300
they would
feet
get
under
me.
the ground?
Right.
Why would you bury Why do they have 60% enriched uranium?
Oh, I leveled up again. Ba-boom.
Oh, God, bro.
Do a little dance
I've been waiting
for him.
on this. Ooh, I've been waiting on this for a while.
What happened?
Oh, my God.
Oh.
Holy shit. Thank God. Finally.
You don't need 60% enriched uranium. The only countries in the world that have uranium at 60% are countries that have nuclear weapons. Because it-
Oh, wow, what a surprise. Wow, what are the odds?
Oh, man.
Bro's
we
not
need an
playing?
actual
Yeah.
one.
can just quickly make it 90. They have all the elements. They have. Why do they have a space program? Is Iran going to go to the moon? No.
I love this debate. Are you guys hearing this? He's like, why does Iran have a space program? I heard this earlier.
You see that, like, whenever this shit's laid out in front of you, how fucking stupid it sounds.
Yeah.
They're trying to build an ICBM.
No, but that's a question. That's a question. That's a question of intent, and you know, in the intelligence.
Again, why does Iran have a space program? What do they need uranium for? Like, that's true.
Jesus, he's demolished.
Like, what do you need that for if you're not doing it for weapons? Like, look at North Korea. They have nukes. They're not going anywhere. And they know it. They're not going to give up their nukes. They saw what happened to Muammar Gaddafi. He ended up sodomized on national TV and shot in the head with one of his own guns.
That's an accurate representation of it. That's not how intelligence is read. That's not how intelligence is used. Here's what the whole world knows. Forget about intelligence.
Jesus Christ, bro. Oh my God, I love this. This is amazing.
Yeah. Gabo, fuck off.
What the IAEA knows. They are enriching uranium well beyond anything you need for a civil nuclear program.
All right, I'm going to do it. Let's just see what happens.
Immediately agrees on this. You immediately agree on this.
Okay, good.
Pretend like the... Oh my God.
So why would you enrich uranium at 60% if you don't intend to one day use it to take it to
Instead of telling me or asking about a second run, he says, I hope you lose. And then 10 minutes later, bugs me about doing the fight for him.
Long mid-range missiles that you continue to develop. Why do you do all these
guys?
things? They have everything everything they need for a nuclear weapon. They have the delivery mechanisms, they have the enrichment capability, they have the highly enriched uranium that is stored. That's all we need to see.
Right. Well, and that's
it. Yeah.
But Kustos, does this environment, and Richie, you'll remember this. This current environment, this whole thing with Iran, it reminds me of what we were doing in 2003 as a country. Talking about yellow cake uranium, terror level is threat today is red, yellow, green. We're doing that shit again.
Because they work. Duh.
In the hands of a regime that's already involved.
Almost everyone had COVID. It gives you brain damage.
And all kinds of things are on. They are the source of all.
Yes, and no one's
disputing.
No one's disputing that. I'm not doing that here.
No one's disputing that Iran is causing all the problems over there. No one's disputing that Iran is funding terrorist organizations. No one's disputing that they're enriching uranium to 60%. But somehow, we're supposed to pretend like they weren't trying to build a bomb. Uh-huh.
No, they're absolutely trying to build a bomb.
And they were censured
Get 'em,
by
Carby.
the EA for that enrichment and for violating their non-proliferation agreements. I was simply asking if we had intelligence.
And remember, oh, but now they're going to leave the non-proliferation agreement, guys. Oh, no. Well, wait. If we bomb them, they're going to leave the agreement they weren't following. Oh, God, guys, imagine what happens then. I can't believe people react to videos and they just let it play while they're gone. Like, why the fuck would anybody, like, isn't that like that's so embarrassing, right? That, like, people just want to watch that. They don't even care about you. Like, it's crazy. Okay.
That there was an order to weaponize.
I should be careful. I shouldn't cast other spells right now.
Intelligence that they have everything they need to build a nuclear weapon, and that's more than enough.
Iranian space program.
I want to ask you on the policy front. There are personnel throughout the Middle East from the United States, in Bahrain, in Kuwait, and other bases. If those countries are attacked by Iran because of their association with the United States, will the United States defend them?
I don't know.
Space program.
That's a great point, actually.
It reminds me of that Family Guy episode where Peter found out his yard, his property, wasn't even considered a part of the U.S. So he formed his own country, Pretoria, and they had like a state visit. The U.S. came to visit them, and he's like, "Yeah, and our son Chris is in charge of our space program," and it's Chris Griffin climbing a tree trying to reach the moon, and he falls out of it.
This is brutal. Jesus.
That the Iranian Shia clerics that run that country will attack their country.
Will the United States defend
they've got
them
a
if they
very
are?
difficult history.
What is this? It's not a nuke because it's disassembled logic she's using? It's just stupid.
Back then, they were selling a lie.
Yes, we will.
Now they're trying to sell the truth about the way they are lying.
We'll defend our people. Well, they'll attack our bases, and those are our bases. And we're
Yeah, but still, though, it's like they're talking about the same thing now, though. They're like, oh, yeah, Iran has non-nuclear uranium and material now, but non-nuclear weapon grade material is going to be a nuke tomorrow, a mushroom cloud tomorrow. Remember Condoleezza Rice, Colin Powell, George Bush? It was the whole, what is, yellow cake uranium now can be a smoking, you don't want to be the smoking gun you don't want the smoking gun to be a mushroom cloud tomorrow.
This is the woman who said free speech is one of the reasons why Nazis got into power in World War II.
Oh boy.
Yeah, you have to keep in mind that these people are they exist to actively subvert everything. I think these people actively exist to subvert American goals. They actively dislike America.
Did my ring fall off?
They work against the best interest of the country and the country's people on a regular basis. These people are not your allies. These people are not on your side. They are actively working against you.
Years, as they have done to multiple presidents, they tried to play games with President Trump, and they see what happens. This is not a game-playing president. When he says he's going to do something,
was headlining that back then too. Yeah. Oh, he's been in front of the UN since like 2003, talking about Iran getting a bomb.
That offer that was put on the table, you mentioned.
Want to rep me in 13 Sync Dunes? I don't want to be a 13 Sync.
Would still allow for Iran to have
Man, I have no. I'll take it.
If it
Yeah.
does not enrich on its own soil.
I'm gonna lose all my gear, but I'll be fine.
Been an issue. There's countries all over the world that have a civil
But
nuclear
that's still
program. No one here is saying that Iran can't.
D7.
Any country in the world has a right to have a civil nuclear program. What they don't have a right to do is to enrich it at 60%, hide it under.
So they're still even willing to let them have a civil nuclear program?
Oh, I don't want to go all the way over there.
And they couldn't come to a deal after that? Well, that seems very interesting.
Mountain
I
and
wonder
develop
why.
long-range and short-range and mid-range missiles and sponsor terrorist proxies all over the world. They don't have a right to do that. And that's what they've been doing. And no one's dealt with it. And it's continued to linger. And they've played games with multiple presidents and multiple countries around the world, and they've gotten away with it for 40-something years. This is very simple. The president wants to resolve this diplomatically and peacefully. He gave them a chance to do that.
Excuse me.
They had all these kind of delay tactics. They wouldn't even meet with us directly. Third countries. This is very simple. Let's meet directly. Let's work on agreements that are good for Iran.
You see, they were playing games, bro. They were playing games the entire time.
Good for the Iranian people in particular, good for the safety and security of the world and the United States. That's always been our preference. That continues to be our preference. But they're the ones that were playing games with us. And these are the consequences. We had to achieve those objectives. We had 3 objectives yesterday: Fordo, Natanz, and Esfahan.
Iran just said they're going to decide the timing, nature, and scale of its response against the U.S. message. For sure, guys. Yeah.
We conducted a brilliant military operation under the command of President Trump, and obviously great credit to Secretary Hegseth and General Kurilla and General Kane and all the.
And you see, today Iran shot. They shot 6 missiles at Qatar. They shot missiles at a U.S. base in Qatar. 6 missiles or something. That did nothing.
Can't even protect their own airspace.
Well, clearly they could not. But what is the U.S. assessment of how much nuclear material at those sites was moved prior to the attack? There has been talk for days about bombing of Fordo.
Well, look, we don't. No one will know for sure for days, but I doubt they moved it because you really can't move anything right now, and they can't move anything right now inside of Iran. I mean, the minute a truck starts driving,
can't they read radiation signals from like satellites? I'm pretty sure they can, right?
They could say they weren't doing that stuff, but now they are the victim, and then they can push to actually make stuff. Yeah.
Okay, so then they would know if it got moved.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they could see it, right? It's underground? Yeah, but they would have to take it out. No, the satellite photos are of the ground. So if the material was transported, then they would have been able to see it.
Excuse me. Yep.
The Israelis have seen it.
There was back channel conversations about what and where those would hit. Yeah.
60% enriched uranium buried deep under the ground there in Esfahan. And that really is the key. What they should do with that is they should bring it out of the ground and turn it over. Multiple countries around the world will take it and downblend it. That's what they should do with that. And what they should
I don't doubt it.
Is say, we're not going to have any enrichment capability in our country. Instead, what we're going to have is a civil nuclear program like dozens of countries around the world have, where we build reactors that create electricity and we import enriched material. And we've made very general, I'm not going to get all the details of the offers, but there are other avenues here that would be acceptable to them. If that's what they wanted, if what they want is...
I don't understand the point of Iran, Malaysia, these... Because Malaysia and Indonesia, those are pretty... There's a lot of Muslim orthodoxy in those countries, like in government, from my understanding. And I wonder when these countries are going to get off that 5th century way of thinking in Islam. Like, what is that doing for you in the 21st century? What are you trying to do?
Bro, he's going hard. God damn. Jesus.
E7.
Thank God. Thank God.
I've seen them revised multiple times. These guys want a nuclear weapon one day.
Okay,
they do.
to that point.
And it isn't going to happen. Not while Donald Trump is president.
Understood. You've said this is not about regime change, but you were describing a regime that you have said for decades, I mean, for upwards of 40 years, has chanted death to America, has an all...
He's probably after Valkyrie Emperor.
Isn't a diplomatic deal with them a life?
Emperor Hairpin.
Aren't you offering to negotiate with the same people you're saying did all these things? So therefore, are you actually looking for regime change?
These people never understand pragmatism.
Fifth mode is all about control. What now?
People are so locked in like the ideological box that they put themselves in that they can't even conceptualize the idea of working towards something even when it's not the best option, but being pragmatic and working with what you have. She's baiting? Yeah, this is it, again, it's a Reddit argument.
That misses the point.
Yeah.
I don't like that they chant those things, but one thing is that they chant those
E7.
things. Another thing is that they chant those things and they have terror proxies. They're all
fucking exactly. Like, yeah, you can deal with some retard that doesn't like you. It's a lot harder to deal with a retard that doesn't like you who has a nuclear bomb.
all over the world. And they have long-range missiles that can reach the United States one day, and they have the potential to be one step away from a nuclear weapon.
5th century. Oh.
Could be tomorrow. Could be a week from now.
Yeah, no, you're exactly right. It's control.
By the way, they're not going to broadcast that to the world.
But some of these guys, those guys believe it though. It's gross and weird.
Announce, guys, we finally made the nuclear bomb. It happened today.
All the pieces in place, okay? It's like you have a gun here and the ammunition. It only takes 1 second. We have other.
Is this an all Galka party? Oh, never mind.
Our objective. The primary targets we were interested in are the ones that were struck tonight.
What was their name?
Devastating fashion. The ones that were struck, I guess, yeah.
That's D7.
In devastating fashion, and we've achieved that objective.
Dimitri? Is it the wrong party? I think. There's no Dimitri here. Oops.
And they attack American or American.
It literally says "fuck around and find out." Okay.
Like, hey guys, I'm here. It's the wrong party.
Interest, then they're going to have a problem.
Where are you guys?
Then they're going to have a problem.
There they are.
Have a problem, and I'm not going to broadcast what those problems are. But suffice it to say, know this: the United States flew halfway around the world, right into the heart of Iran.
Dimitri, are you Dimitri?
These things got rocked, and then we left. And
hey, I know you.
We were over the ocean before they figured out what had happened. And there are plenty of other targets. We don't want to do that. That's not our preference. We want peace deals with them, and that's up to them to decide.
Invited this scrub.
Oh my God, man. Jesus. So what we do? Yes. You can see he's fired up over this. This is amazing. Iran already has a nuclear plant in Bashir, and they're building more. USA didn't bomb them, so our question was retarded, as Iran already has civil nuclear.
Are you already here? Like, I guess he must be lurking.
A lot of the Russian scientists.
So this guy Wicked Moon, he's my guardian angel. He sent me like 20K last night or 2 nights ago. He's one of my YouTube channel members actually, and he's in my Discord. No, this is the right party.
Duh. What do you mean? Well, they want, so I mean, because you wanted to have the negotiation happen. Okay, it's not happening. All right, well, kill them, get new ones. Eventually, you roll the dice enough times, you'll get people to agree. Problem solved.
I should just buy all 11 of his pies.
Defend American interests. Would the United States military take action to keep, for example, the transit point, the Strait of Hormuz, open? If there are attacks on oil installations, would the United States consider that a direct act by the state, even if it was carried out by a militia?
Well, I'm not going to take options away from the president. That's not something we're talking about.
We'll see what happens
right now in terms of being immediate. But if they do that, the first people that should be angry about it are the Chinese government, because they take a lot of their oil comes through there.
Yeah, 50% of the oil comes through there, apparently. The fact that people defend Iran's radical extremist government blows my mind. Like
Sacred Radiance.
The reason why is because they're Westerners that live in comfortable, safe, Western privileged societies. And
can I kill something?
Literally cannot even comprehend the way that they live over there and the way that the governments exist over there. That's like, for example, do you remember like when all of those weird retards?
The roof is on fire.
And then they got stopped in in Egypt, and then they're like, "Well, why is it okay that we could do this in America though?" These people have no concept of this. They can't even imagine it. I was just thinking that.
They should be the first ones that are saying if they mine the Straits of Hormuz,
why are you here?
The Chinese are going to pay a huge price, and every other country in the world is going to pay a huge price. We will too. It'll have some impact.
This guy's like, Galka, you have 10 MP, right? I'm like, no, I have 5. Get it right.
It would be a suicidal move on their part, because I think the whole world would come against them if they did that.
Will the Chinese and Russians stop trading with Iran?
Hey, I learned Starlight. It's actually pretty good.
they're getting, you know,
This restores MP. This is really good.
these drones that they're using are coming from Iran.
Exactly.
Kustos, I was thinking of something today. Would Dark Knight Summoner work? Because Summoner gets auto refresh. With Dark Knight, you can summon an avatar with Summoner subjobs, right? You can summon something, get the auto refresh, and with Dark Knight, you can drain and Asper the mobs to get your MP back and keep your summon out.
That's that simple. That's our interest here. Who they trade with, who they deal with, those are other topics. Our objective here is very straightforward.
Fight a lizard.
Was this a non-issue until Trump needed an issue? You think this was a non-issue?
Yeah, what?
That's good to know.
They're not going to have a nuclear weapon. They're not even going to get close to a nuclear weapon.
I had no idea.
They're not even going to be in the neighborhood of a nuclear weapon because these people are dangerous. This is a radical Shia clerics who run that country, and they are the source of all instability in the region.
It is something. I'm thinking about trying a different build. Like, I don't think I've heard of anybody doing that. Like, I'm thinking about it for channel content. Talk about how it works. Imagine a Dark Knight, like, in full artifact gear with Fenrir. That's just a badass picture.
It's like Reddit logic.
Yes, Reddit logic.
The reality is that, of course, we do figure out and come to agreements with terrorist groups. Obviously, we do, because it's easier and cleaner for everyone.
Yeah.
Bro, you don't get it. Yeah, bro, you don't get it. No, you don't understand. You don't understand, man.
Okay, but
that's the core objective. But I'm going through the things they've done because that's why they can't have a nuclear weapon. Okay, they sponsor Shias. They sponsor these Shia militias, Hamas, Hezbollah, all these other terrorist groups. These people are never going to get anywhere close to a nuclear weapon. Not while Donald Trump is president.
For the Americans at home who are going, are we at war? You know, I'm trying to suss out some of the facts here. So why would Iran agree to any peace deal if the United States has already pulled out of one that they had, as President Trump did in 2018, and now has launched two surprise attacks. Both Israel and the United States have done so. There is such a massive trust deficit there. How could you?
Because they want to live. That's the reason why. It's the same reason why Japan surrendered in World War II. You meet the enemy with opposing force that is so oppressive, so overpowering, that they have no choice but to surrender. That's obviously the option, out of fear. Yeah, exactly.
You possibly come
but the trust deficit started with Iran.
Yes.
I know.
Well, the trust deficit, the ones that shouldn't be trusted are the Iranians because they're the ones that sponsor terrorism. Did they forewarn us before they blew up the embassy in Lebanon and killed over 200 American servicemen?
Jesus.
Did they forewarn us before they built IEDs and blew the legs and arms off of American servicemen in Iraq? I mean, these are the people that are doing this forever. They're the ones that no one should trust. They're the ones that have lied about their nuclear program. They're the ones that have hidden things from the international organisms.
But that sounds like we're headed towards regime change or the desire to get these people out of power. Are you?
No, a serious foreign policy is one that's focused on identifying what our national interest is. You don't have to like the regime. There are a lot of regimes around the world that we don't like, okay? But in this particular case, what we are focused on is not the changing of the regime. Okay, that's up to the Iranian people if they want to do that, but that's not.
Declaration of war made by Russia made Japan surrender, not nukes. Look it up. You're right, man. I'm sure the nuclear bombs didn't have a single effect on Japan surrendering in World War II. For sure. Definitely.
Not what we're focused on.
The U.S. dropped the bombs on Nagasaki and Hiroshima. They did that to scare Russia, to get Russia to calm down.
And have nuclear
They did that on purpose. That was a warning.
Near that capability. The president has made that clear from day one. Our preference for solving that problem, that very specific problem, is through diplomacy. We've said that. We've given it every opportunity. They played games. They tried delay tactics. They're trying delay tactics now on the Europeans because of the snapback provisions.
When did
and you talk about the JCPOA, that was a crazy deal.
When did the president make this decision? Because he said he was giving 2 more weeks of diplomacy on Friday, and on Friday his jets took off.
Well, the president retains the opportunity to pull out of this at any moment, including 10 minutes before. But the president ordered options. Look, the decision, in my view, was made when he wrote a letter to the supreme leader, and he said, over the next 60 days, we want to do a deal with you and solve this problem of nuclear weaponization. We want to do it peacefully. If
Okay.
after
I just
60
love like
days we don't see
this
progress or
whole
it isn't
thing
solved,
with Israel
we have
after
other
October
alternatives.
7th. It
And I
broke
made
the
that very
brains
clear.
of
I think what some
everybody.
people are struggling with
Like all
here
these
is that
woke
we
people
today
on
have a
Twitter, the
president
people
who
that are,
does what he says he's going to do, and that's what happened.
commercially known
And
as
I think
woke.
the Iranian regime got that
You
message.
know, the whole thing.
We're going to hit a commercial break, so I have to
Everything
wrap you there.
is mean and
there it
racist,
is.
but they're
thank you
all
very much.
extremely anti-Semitic.
Yeah, bro, trying to shut it down.
And like
She's
they
so
hate Trump,
obnoxious.
he's
Yeah, I know.
racist, but
Exactly. It took them 40 years to enrich 60%, but they make us
whatever.
believe that they'll get to 90% next week. Well,
but
the
Trump
reason
has
why it
Marco
took them 40
Rubio on
years
his
is
cabinet.
because we kept trying to push
He's
them
got all
back.
this.
And also 60% is what was detected. It
Gotta
means that
figure
that's
out release.
that's the baseline.
I've
There
never
were also
partied
other
as summoner
readings and
before. I
other
don't know what to
people
do.
that said that they had
Assault
registers
/
of
release,
80%. Yeah, there's a video right there, and 60% enrichment's 90% of the way there. Yeah, I mean, again, this isn't like a test or something like that, where like it's like there's a curve to this very clearly. And let's see, I read this. Do you think the phrase "we don't negotiate with terrorists" is dead now? Well, it was never alive. Obviously, you negotiate with terrorists all the time. Sometimes you have to. Sometimes you need to. Sometimes it's in your best interest to. But I mean, I'll tell you this. Like, I definitely before I go any farther, I just want to say that like I totally think this interview was great. Like, I was very, very happy about seeing this, and yeah. Secretary, I have no questions left and get cut to commercial. Yeah, they have 60% now registered because Israel's been hitting them for 3 decades. Yeah, of course, right? And think about if they hadn't been, they probably would have already had the nuclear bomb themselves. And so that's the reason why you don't want to let that happen.
Something you never want to see the summoner say, hey, what's the macro for release? I've never partied as a summoner. I only have Carbuncle and Fenrir. I have the hardest summon to get and the easiest summon to get. Oh, are we doing this? What's happening? My MP's wasting. Can we make a move here? Alright, I gotta turn off Asmon Gold. Okay. Okay. Hopefully they don't tell me to start pulling. Yeah, turn this down a bit. I don't want to pull. Don't make me pull. Don't make me do it. Uh-oh. This is loud. How's the volume levels? This isn't so bad. Alright, Woofy. Go get him. Abilities, pet commands, rage. There you go. Let's do it. Did Fenrir just miss that attack? What's the cooldown on this? 49. That's terrible. March, they're waving Ukrainian flags. April was a Palestinian flag, the Mexican in May. Now it's Iranian flag. Are people really out there with Iranian flags? Like, well, yeah, probably, because it's Israel doing it. Therefore, Iran, good. You know what? The clears for Palestine, they better ran, because in Israel, the wokies clears for Palestine crowd, if they were in a Muslim country, they would be running for their lives. Wow, I can't believe that. I'm the most half-assed summoner ever. I don't know what I'm doing. How do I release? What's the release macro? This is bad. Like, this is really, really bad on my MP.
Incoming trade.
I don't need your money. Do not give me money. I don't want it. I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna give it back to him. How much does Fenrir cost the cast? I have 16 MP. Oh, that was worthless. Look at that. Oh, that was stupid. That was really dumb. Alright. Well, we're gonna sit back and enjoy the fight. When do we hit level 15? I really need that MP gear. I need the release command. Macros, edit, summoner, confirm. Slash pet release me?
Incoming emote.
Slash pet. I am not pulling my weight. Okay, let's try this. Some of my woof. Get him. I'm doing something. Fenrir misses the lizard. Fenrir misses again. Right, let's try it. Oh, fucking A. Oh, where are you going? What? Did I spell release wrong? Oh, man. Hey, I have 100K for the first time in my... Right? Did I spell release wrong? What did I say? Release slash... Oh, did I do that right? Let's try it again. There you go. Yeah, okay.
Your skill has increased.
Alright, that'll be better once I know how to release the thing. Mm-hmm. Summon my woof. I just need my gear back. That would... Like... 15 MP I'm gonna get back. Probably just use Carbuncle, it's cheaper. Range? Pressing thing. They fucking still. There we go. Did I hit it? 76 damage. That was beautiful. Good boy. I have no MP. Man, I want level 15 back. Right? No, I can't even wear that. That's 5. That's 10. 15 MP I'll get back. Yeah, really. We're gonna... Is Carby's cheaper, right? Carby's a lot less MP, probably safer. Get him. Good boy. Good dog. Carbuncle, you are not Fenrir. You did 8 damage. What happened? Did he just 2-hour? Yeah, he did. Good boy. Party probably thinks I'm weird. At the risk of sounding weird, I am really sweaty right now. Holy shit, it's hot. Which food is better? I got the apple pie, that's MP 25. MP plus 17, recovered while healing. Oof, what happened? Ow. Bad boy. Come here. Look at that. Bad boy. Bad lizard. Bad. They laugh that I meleeed the lizard. Just say random shit, see what this party says. Carbuncle, I summon you. Joe Rogan DMT paying off. I just want to see what they say. Alright, probably eat one of those apple pies. That's more MP, it's a little better. Oh man. Probably help if my fan was pointed at me, that would help. I have a little... Found out last year they make USB fans. Like it's a desk fan, but it plugs into your USB port. Awesome. Abilities, pet command, rage. Let's see, Crescent Fang. I'm still salty about the one that missed earlier. Bang. Moonlit charge, 34 damage. Are we... Oh, we're kosher again. We're good. Finally. There you go. Friar's rope. I love it. This is such a chill party. No one's complaining. I've had maybe like 4 bad parties in this game playing in a year. Most of them are, every other party, though, has been fine. Went to Lowe's hardware stores last year. An employee had a computer fan rig he wore with 6 computer fans. I was pretty impressed. That is impressive. My daughter is afraid of fans. I don't know why. I guess she just can't fathom it as her 1-year-old mind can't understand what it is. As a little, you know, from a baby's perspective, I can get why it might be intimidating. Like, if you turn it on, she, like, freaks out and runs towards my wife and hides between her legs. It's cute, but... Like, we have a little fan that you can charge it with USB, and it's got, like, one of those tripod legs that you could bend to make it hold on, like, the stroller handlebars. She won't do it. She's afraid of it. It bothers her. My boss at work had the fan, the AC. She controls the thermostat of all our offices, and I felt like a fucking penguin. It was cold. What else is new with you, Kustos? How's everything? Are you back to camping? Did you see Bigfoot? Chupacabra? What other cryptids are out there? Chupacabra, Bigfoot, what the fuck is Bigfoot? Bigfoot, Chupacabra, all the usuals. I don't believe in Bigfoot. We would have found it by now with all our technology. So do you believe in UFOs? I think it's just, I think the UAVs, I think it's foreign governments just fucking with us. Russia, Iran, China, North Korea, I think even other countries that are our allies, or at least not, that don't hate us. I don't know, Switzerland, Zimbabwe, Belgium. They make top secret shit that can't be detected. And what better way to test it than fly it through somebody's airspace without approval? That's what I think it is. Because my issue with the UAVs and like actual like beings not from Earth, if they're so smart they can get here, why do they always crash? And I don't want to hear the, oh, it's Earth's gravity argument. No, bullshit. They have the technology to figure out to get here and transcend space and time and survive space and physics. I don't want to hear that our gravity killed them. That's the plot of every alien movie ever. Transformers, Independence Day, you name it. Most of them are what? Like, they're just human craft that are being tested, like the first thing I said. I even think it's Israel. All the money and tech that Israel has and that Mossad does. Again, if you want to test something, like if I built like a stealthy device, I'm not going to fly it into like China and test it. I'm going to like make it fly through my neighbor's house undetected and test it, you know, like something like that. I've heard the theories that the UAVs we're seeing, they're actually time travelers, or they're interdimensional. I don't fucking buy it. Don't buy it. With all the technology people have now, like the most basic people have all kinds of drone cameras that you can buy at Home Depot, but buy it off Amazon. Now, granted, they can't get up high into the sky, like in, you know, where you still in the, like right before you go into outer space and leave the atmosphere. Like people don't have that technology, but with all the tech we have and radar, we would see one by now and it confirmed that stuff. I would think. It's just I'm not here for it. When was Roswell? Was Roswell in the 60s? Roswell, New Mexico, Area 51, whatever it is. I think that was just what's that? Will-o'-the-wisp. You never see those. Yeah, wasn't Area 51 in Roswell the weather balloon supposedly? That's what I think it is, if anything. Like that, when that happened, we were what? It was after the Second World War, and all kinds of new tech was out, and I don't know. I just don't buy the bullshit. What do we got? We got 5 people. Oh, what the fuck? Did he wipe? (1947). So yeah, the Roswell 1947. That was just after World War II when we brought all those Nazi scientists to the U.S. and some of them went to the USSR. Well, taken to the USSR. All those people, all that new tech, all the innovation that the war gave us. I'm of the mind that's what that was, testing. Are we just going to camp on top of these people? I'm just going to sit here. Get our guy back. Yeah. What do you think, Kustos? Am I off base? Am I wrong? Hopefully my assessment doesn't sound too ignorant. Part of it is like, there's aliens. Okay, what is that shit gonna do to change my life? I mean, in the grand scheme of things, it is monumental and groundbreaking to humanity. But I still have to get up and go to work. We still have all the problems we have in this country. Nothing's gonna change. It's like the people with the Epstein files and the Diddy list. It's like a comedian, Joey Diaz, was talking about on the Joe Rogan Experience. But in a Joey Diaz parlance, like, Joe Rogan, what do you care? about the Epstein list. How does that make your life better? What do you care if Tom Hanks fucked somebody in the ass at a Diddy party or on the Epstein Island? What does finding out about that do for your life? There's other stuff going on, like what? Are we really going to camp on top of these people? I mean, they were kind of here first. See if I can find it. Joey Diaz Diddy list. Or you mean there's other stuff going on with Epstein and the Diddy list? Joey Diaz. Epstein files. Yeah, this is it.
Because I think about it with like civilizations collapsing. I think about it what we've been talking about the whole day.
Yeah, but we don't have to worry about that.
I know. We don't have to worry about it.
This is fucking too much.
You're right.
This is the first podcast I'm done that I'm scared. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck is wrong with you?
You're right.
Enough with this shit.
You're right.
And politics, enough.
I know.
COVID is over. If you took the fucking needle, fuck you. If you didn't, now they just found out that fucking the flu shot don't work. I could have told you that 25
Not only
fucking
does
years
it not
ago.
work, it makes you 25% more likely to get the flu.
And I'm a
This is good.
GED type
Listen
of
to
fucking
this.
motherfucker. So knock it off. I hate all this shit. I'm scared. You know what I'm saying? The fuck?
Joey Diaz is New Jersey.
Listen, man.
If New Jersey was a person, it would be him.
About this is what the internet fucked us.
That's true.
This is why we have retards walking around believing everything, because I forgot what I was going to tell you.
The internet fucked us.
The internet fucked us. It's too much information. It's like this. I was in the hospital, and I get on a fucking elevator, and there's 2, 3 doctors, you know, half a fags in my world, okay? And they're like, oh, my God, we can't wait till the Kennedy report comes out. Well, how is it going to make a difference in your world? It's like these idiots with the Epstein list. How is it going to make a difference in your world if Tom Hanks is on that list?
I'll tell you.
Do you not have to go to work tomorrow? Do you have to do all the same shit? It doesn't. That shit doesn't matter to me. I don't give a fuck who's on the Epstein list. I don't give a fuck who went to Diddy's house. It's got nothing to do with me. But in today's world, because of the internet, it makes us think it's got something to do with us. It has nothing to do with me, man.
It's a show. That's what it is.
What the fucking show? I don't want to watch that show. So now I got to wait here. 60 years we've been watching the same footage. He got hit. It clocked back.
Right.
You know, Lee Harvey out. But now we want to really fuck with these fucking peanut nimble-headed dummies that are like, well, I want to see what's on there. Then 2 days later, the Jews did it. Yeah. Leave me. Just worry about paying your fucking credit card bills, you fucking idiot. That's what you should worry about. Did you see what happened this year in this country? Fucking millionaires are selling off fucking property before to pay taxes to get capital. Are you fucking kidding me? And people are worried about the fucking Epstein list. Like, how is it going to change your life who fucking Tom Hanks is fucking in the ass? Who does it matter? And do you really care? At the end of the day, do you really care about that 16-year-old girl? No, you don't. So shut the fuck up.
Going to the boat? That was gold. Oh, that was gold. What's this one? No.
What percentage of the United States is black? Their answer, 41%.
Oh my God.
We think almost half the U.S. population.
Oh my God.
The Joe Rogan Experience.
Because I think about it with like civilizations collapsing. I think about it what we've been talking about the whole day.
Yeah, but we don't have to worry about that.
I know. We don't have to worry about it.
This is fucking too
You're
much.
right. You're
This
right.
is the first podcast I'm done that I'm scared. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck is wrong with you?
You're right.
Enough with this shit.
You're right.
And politics, enough. COVID is over. If you took the fucking needle, fuck you. If you didn't, now they just found out that fucking the flu shot don't work. I could have told you that 25
Not only
fucking
does it
years
not
ago.
work, it makes you 25% more likely
Come
to
on,
get the
man.
flu.
And I'm a GED type of fucking motherfucker. So knock it off. I hate all this shit. I'm scared. You know what I'm saying? The fuck?
I'm scared too.
Yeah, about Japanese. Listen, man, that's what the problem is. We're worrying about this is what the internet fucked us.
That's true.
This is why we have retards walking around believing everything because I forgot what I was going to tell you.
The internet fucked us.
The internet fucked us. It's too much information. It's like this. I was in the hospital, and I get on a fucking elevator, and there's 2, 3 doctors, you know, half a fags in my world, okay? And they're like, oh, my God, we can't wait till the Kennedy report comes out. Well, how is it going to make a difference in your world? It's like these idiots with the Epstein list. How is it going to make a difference in your world if Tom Hanks is on that list?
I'll tell you.
Do you not have to go to work tomorrow? Do you have to do all the same shit? That shit doesn't matter to me. I don't give a fuck who's on the Epstein list. I don't give a fuck who went to Diddy's house. It's got nothing to do with me. But in today's world, because of the internet, it makes us think it's got something to do with us. It had nothing to do with me, man.
It's a show. That's what it is.
What the fucking show? I don't want to watch that show. So now I got to wait here. 60 years we've been watching the same footage. He got hit. It clocked back.
Right.
You know, Lee Harvey out. But now we want to really fuck with these fucking peanut nimble-headed dummies that are, well, I want to see what's on there. Then 2 days later, the Jews did it. Yeah. Believe me. Just worry about paying your fucking credit card bills, you fucking idiot. That's what you should worry about. Did you see what happened this year in this country? Fucking millionaires are selling off fucking property before to pay taxes to get capital. Are you fucking kidding me? And people are worried about the fucking Epstein list. Like, how is it going to change your life? Who fucking Tom Hanks is fucking in the ass? Who does it matter? And do you really care? At the end of the day, do you really care about that 16-year-old girl? No, you don't. So shut the fuck up.
Yep. These people aren't. I'm reading the comments. People are like, "Oh, Uncle Joey, you don't care about holding people accountable. This is child abuse." Yeah, it is, but it's not our place to deal with it. And the people on this list, this alleged list, nothing's going to happen to them. So stop sweating it. There's some crazy Joey Diaz stories.
The Joe Rogan Experience.
You have no idea what I've gone through in my life. From the fist fights, to the arguments, to the beatings. I still remember my mother taking me into a restaurant bathroom and holding me in a, what's that one name?
Headlock?
Guillotine?
Guillotine?
The other one, guillotine.
And she's punching you?
Me. No.
She shot you up?
Yeah.
With what?
Penicillin.
Oh my God!
Because when I was a kid, I was so sick.
She got you in a headlock and shot you up with penicillin.
Listen to me.
Where'd the needle go?
Listen to me.
On top of his head.
Cubans. I had a Cuban doctor, Dr. Orlando Del Valle. He made house calls. Okay. He came over. He would come into the room, and this is very funny because I'm gonna tell you how fucking hysterical heretics is.
Oh, man.
Hereditary shit is crazy. Your kids get what you got.
Mm-hmm. He would come over. Preach.
Now, Dr. Del Valle did a bump from time to time. Now, this is... I'm talking about 1968, 69. Please. This goes on. When he come over, I lived on 205 West 88th Street. He'd bring the little thing, and him and my mom would talk, and my stepdad, and then somebody else would be there, like a chick.
Oh, this is not a great party. I gotta
Sure
get
enough,
going.
he would come over, put the thermometer in my ass, and then look at me and say, Jose Antonio, we have to give you a needle. And I go, give me 5 minutes. Let me think about it. And my mom would go, what's going on? He has to think about it. I swear to God, you don't take that needle, I'll fucking kill you. So then they would go in the fucking parlor to put on Cuban music, and I would like put cartoons on. Like it was inevitable. And then he would have like 2 drinks.
Like, how old are you during this time?
I'm 5, 6. He would have 2 drinks, then he'd come back in. He goes, Antonio, you ready yet? And I'm like, I'm not ready. So for years, they called me, me va doler. That means it's going to hurt. They would have to hold me down and give me a shot. So then, my stepfather, mom, the babysitter, and my mom would be like, I'll fucking knock you out. Stop crying, you fuck. Be a man. I'd be, no, it's gonna hurt. Stop it. But I would have an allergy to a certain penicillin. So the next day, my temperature would go up. So he was such good friends with my mom. He goes, listen, this is a continuity thing. Why don't I just leave you with a penicillin, put it in the refrigerator, I'll give you a couple syringes, and whenever he gets sick, just fucking stick him. Wow. So we were at a restaurant. I was going to Sacred Heart School for Boys, and my mother was dropping me off at 5 o'clock. We went to a fancy white people restaurant next to Kearney, New Jersey. I'm talking violins like white people in the 70s. This isn't like now, like ha ha ha. These were very conservative white people. And this is the double whammy of the day. You ready? I don't fucking like milk. And my mother used to look under my eyelids. I don't fucking like milk.
What?
Till this day, I don't drink milk.
When you were a kid, you didn't like milk?
No, the taste.
A baby?
No, I drank the
What did you drink as a baby?
I drank a tit milk, and one day I got old enough and I just didn't like milk. But my human people have this thing that they look on the eyelids, and my mom would go, "You're weak somewhere," so she would make me drink milk or whatever. So we're at a restaurant, okay? And I'm like, man. My mom's like, "Drink your milk." I go, "I want Hershey's chocolate." You know, the powder.
Oh, yeah.
In those days, we were either the chocolate powder or the strawberry.
Yeah.
I wanted the strawberry or the chocolate. The guy goes, "Listen, we don't have that. What I'll do is put a piece of ice cream." I go, "Give me a milkshake." You know what this motherfucker did? He got a glass of milk, and he put ice cream on the fucking thing, like a scoop of ice cream. So my mom's like, "Drink the milk." I go, "It's just fucking milk with an ice cream on it." My mom's like, "I'm in no fucking mood for you today. I'm going to drop you off at the school, but you better drink that fucking milk." We're at a white people restaurant. Do you understand me? In 1972, my mom goes, "You got about 5 minutes to drink that milk." I had my little military suit on and shit, my little Catholic suit on, because I had to bring you back with a suit. My mom goes, "If you don't fucking drink it, I'm going to pour it over your fucking head in this restaurant." And I was like, "I'm telling you right now, you're going to fucking drink it."
Oh, my
My
God.
mother took the fucking milk, dumped it on my head in this restaurant. The fucking ice cream sat on my head. I had milk dripping, and then the ice cream slowly melted off my head and fell on my lap. White people were like, "What the fuck kind of discipline is this?" So my mom's like, "Wipe your face." So when she wipes my face, Joe Rogan, she goes, "Do you have a fucking temperature?" Because I was such a sickly fucking kid. She goes, "You got a fucking... How long have you been walking around with this fucking temperature?" I go, "I don't know." She goes, "Let's go in the bathroom."
You're still at the restaurant.
We're still in the restaurant. I go, she goes, "I got a syringe."
She pulls it out of her purse. She carried it around with her.
You had... I was that sickly of a kid. I was at the hospital every other week. They knew me on first name fucking basis.
That is crazy.
Wow.
She took me in the fucking ladies' room, locked the door, "Take your pants off." I'm not doing it. Take your pants. Jose Antonio, please don't make me give you a beating in this fucking bathroom stall. I'm not doing it. And that's when the beating started.
Funny.
And she got me in one of those fucking things. She unzipped my pants. She punched me in the stomach to loosen me up. Oh, yeah. She was a grinder, dog.
Oh, my God.
And she would shoot me, that thinking about it now, I could get a blood clot. Because my ass, from me tightening up, would get like a purple thing all the way down my leg. Like, I'm lucky I'm fucking alive. I'm lucky I'm alive, dog.
Oh, my
So
God.
I remember I was in Jersey City one time. I fainted.
Oh, jeez.
I pissed my pants.
Oh, God.
The nurse comes
Too
and
funny.
I pissed the bed.
Yeah.
This is my first time ever. Nah, I pissed the fucking bed, guys. I'm
When
60.
you fainted.
No.
Oh.
They put me in the hospital at night for a lung infection. In the middle of the night, I was so scared. I pissed the bed, and there was a rubber bed. So the piss don't go into the mattress. You're just swimming in your own piss. So finally, at 4 in the morning, I get out of this piss fucking juice, and I'm just sitting in the chair looking out the window, and this lady comes in with a little cart, and she's like, "Jose Diaz?" I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "I'm here to draw blood." I go, "Listen, I just fucking pissed the bed. I'm scared shitless. Come back in like an hour." Let me get my head together. What do you got to bother me with a needle for? Look at the shape of me. She's tormenting me. Well, the doctor says we have to do it right now. Look, I don't care what the doctor's telling you. Let's get some pajamas. Let me take a shower. Let me get bed. Let me eat some breakfast. She's like, no, we got to do it before breakfast.
Oh man, probably because of fasting.
Constantly. No, we got to do it before breakfast. I'm like, you want a fucking needle, bitch? You want to give me a fucking needle, bitch? Let's go. I got so mad. I don't even know where I got those. At that time, I didn't have balls. But this bitch aggravated me so much. She wanted to see what I was telling her. I'm going to go down. I'm telling you I'm going to go down. You know what this bitch said to me? She goes, then don't sit down. Stand up. It's better if you stand up. Let's go out in the hallway, and the noise will distract you. You won't get that scared feeling. I said, this is not going to end. Like, this bitch was not leaving without my blood. So you want my blood, bitch? I'll give it to you. I got up. Let's go. We went outside to the fucking hallway. She put the fucking tube around my arm. She had a little cart. I'll never forget, 1979. She had a little fucking cart. She put the thing around me. All I know is she stuck the needle in. Next thing you know, I'm hearing sirens. Okay? And the cart is tipped over. I'm on top of the cart. And she's under the cart. And they've got two aluminum things. Remember those things they cracked? You ever fight? Remember them? They knocked you out? They had two of them in my nose directly. Like the way they couldn't get me up. They just put them in my fucking nose. Let me tell you about that 13-day experience. Something I'll never forget that shocked me to that day. I still remember from September. They let me out the day Ali lost to Larry Holmes.
Oh, God.
September 28, 1979. They let me out at 2, and I went and did acid at a party. Fresh from with the bracelet on. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't even take the bracelet off. There was a party for me, the whole thing. We were fucked up.
Have a good night, Kustos. Thanks for hanging around. Appreciate it.
Experience was the third night I was there, how scared I was. And the guy next to me was an old man. And I go, hey, what's your name? And he's like, Italian. He's like, Sal. And I go, Sal, what's going on with you? He goes, well, I had a stroke. And the side of my body that had the stroke is the side that develops the shit. So I'm having a hard time shitting. I go, really? And I'm blowing farts the whole night. It's a 2-man bed. He's in there dying. He's just farting.
A 2-man bed?
It's a 2-man room.
Oh, okay.
And they had a curtain in between.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know if his name is Sal. I'm just making this up. But
Right.
Whatever his name was, he was a very nice man. And he had a family, and they come in at night. He'd go, ooh, my stomach hurt. You know, the whole fucking thing. And they tried things on him. I remember one night, they were like, that's it. You're either shitting tonight or you're doing surgery in the morning. The doc, I'm listening to the doc, you know, you can hear if they're talking to the guy next door. And I'm like, I wonder what the fuck they're going to do to this motherfucker. They came with like a Ghostbuster gun. It was and they had a tube in it, and they put it in his asshole. I'll never forget this, having my little black and white TV and just sitting there watching TV and hearing like, ugh. And all of a sudden, they started squirting water in his ass like an animal with a hose.
Jesus
and they didn't have PPE on. The shit started coming out. And the shit was coming out of his ass. And they're like, run, run. They came and got me. They were like holding me like they thought I was like Biggie getting shot. They were smothering me. There was shit coming out of his ass. Like, remember the Beverly Hillbillies?
Oh my God.
Come out of the floor. I will never forget that. That they did everything they could because I knew they think that we were, like I was gonna call like whoever then, DACA, whoever. Who do you call when they're not cleaning up?
I don't know.
There's somebody you call like they make code. Who are the people who make code? Like whoever make code?
I don't know.
They had to like fucking rub my shoulders.
EPA, Environmental Protection Agency.
Yeah, whatever the fuck.
EPA.
They knew that they didn't come in with the right protection.
Okay.
They just came in like, let's see if this works. But when they stuck it in his
No.
ass, his ass blew
Fuck.
up. They didn't know it was gonna work. They were like, maybe it's not gonna work. So, you know, they came in very nonchalant.
Normal.
Yeah. And when they shot
Buried
the
that fight.
gun with the water up his ass, shit started coming everywhere. It was like a volcano. I'm not kidding you.
And you could see it. The curtain was up. They opened the curtain.
God, I could smell it. It was like a sewer. And he's like, oh! I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And they were shooting him with water up his ass, like with a hose. And they're like, call the nurses. Get towels. And they threw towels down. And that night I had my own room. I'm in there fucking by myself. They're like, Mr. Diaz, we're sorry about that. I'm like, don't worry about nothing. I won't say nothing.
They gave you your own room.
They gave me a single room.
Well, it's only right.
Were you smoking? Did you do a smoking act?
No,
out
he's like
in the
like a
hospital?
doctor.
Oh,
Like a
okay.
doctor.
I didn't know if they were
Let me
letting
tell you
you.
something.
That's Joey Diaz. Like that's when he wins.
I had like a fucking bad lung infection, and they pretty much asked me to leave. 13 days.
Why'd they ask you to leave?
Because it was too much.
What do you mean?
My friends were coming in with cases of beer.
Oh, they were partying in there.
With an 8-pack. They were coming with a case of nips. Remember 6 ounce?
They allowed them to bring beer?
They didn't allow my friends to do anything. They just did it.
Oh.
And then one night they got thrown out and they started throwing furniture out the window at Christ Hospital.
Oh, boy.
And girls used to come in there at night to see me. I was like a stud. When you're in high school and you get sick, everybody comes to see you. You know, I had candy stripers I knew from grammar school. It was Jersey City, so.
The good old days.
Yeah,
social media.
they just drew me the fuck out. They were like, you know what? It's
You'll
time
be
for you
fine.
to go. Yeah, you'll be fine. Go see your doctor. I never went to see a doctor again. I took acid that night. September 28th. It was the night Larry Holmes fought Muhammad Ali.
Too funny. Joey Diaz, New Jersey. New Jersey legend. Wow. Well, I gotta get going. This party was productive. What level am I really? I'm almost 15. I'll hang around. All right. Probably stick to Carby. Desyncing. Yeah, 2 more and I'll level up. Almost there. $14, $15, $16. Oh. Wow, level 25 white mage. That's 10 levels. That's not so bad. There's a level 25 white mage in this party, sinking down to 15. But what was it? Last week I had that party where there was a level 65 white mage that sinked down to 20. Let's see, what mage gear we got? Yeah, I should just get going. I don't need to hit. Oh, well. 20 minutes, 11:30. Call it 15 minutes. All right. What are we doing? I want to get cracking here. Oh, I'm 15. Oh, if I have 30 minutes, I'm out of food. Yeah, yeah, I'll get 16. And a few more swings here. Here we go. There we go. Let's do Carby. That way I have Carby healing Ruby in case Paladin gets in trouble again. Wart? Naughty? Wart? What? What did that healing Ruby do? Damn, what was that one? 214. That's lousy. Mm-hmm. Go get him. Go get him. Fuck him up. Oh, dying here. Probably one more. There we go. There we go. Fenrir, stay. Bad dog. It was right in my ass. I look like I'm riding him. Good dog. That's a screenshot. I probably should have released him. Yeah. What do we get? 13 views. 1 concurrent viewer, I'll take it. Oh wait, I can do my fasting ring. Oh goody. Alright, heading out 5 minutes. Ugh. All right. Ah, that's a mistel. Hey Nishi, what's happening? Yeah, I'm leveling up Summoner. I'm gonna get going soon though, and pretty tired. This party was fun, no drama, no bullshit, but just a little slow. Nishi, you'll appreciate this. I told the story tonight in my link shell about the bard. The bard who refused to pull and they kicked me out of the party for it. It was because they were talking about blacklisting people. Like, if any of them had blacklisted people, and one guy was like, I don't blacklist people. I don't have a short fuse. I'm not that sensitive. He's like, it's very rare I'll blacklist somebody. So I started telling like stories of blacklisting people, you know, assholes they've encountered, and I told that story, and everyone was like, question mark, question mark, question mark, what the fuck? And they were making the big eye, small eye face. They were doing this. They were doing that face, like, really? You got kicked out of the party? And I was like, yeah. I was a Dark Knight. We had a bard who refused to pull. And I was the asshole. Six. We're still working. That's alright. You'll be done soon, I'm sure. I meant to buy an astral ring in Juneau, but I completely forgot to buy it before I left. I got distracted selling a bunch of garbage in my Mog house and my inventory. Its release. Three, 6, 9. That's gonna be like 3 more. Not them. Not them, diabetes. My name is Wilford Brimley, and I got me them diabetes. My name is Wilford Brimley, and I got me them diabetes. Wilfred Brimley, and I got me them My name's Wilfred Brimley, and I got me them diabetes. That was quick. That was shit. Yeah, this is pretty slow. Nothing I can do. I love the grind of Final Fantasy XI. That makes one of us. No, me too. It's easier at higher levels. Excuse me. At lower levels, it's more fun. It's more low-key. There's less gear and less meta. It's just put on equipment, anything you have, and get out there and swing it. And it flies by quicker because you need less EXP to get leveled up. When you fight high-leveled mobs, like when when you're level 20 and you fight stuff that's level 35, you're still getting 350 XP max. You get 350, you need 350 out of 15,000 XP. It takes forever. And it's not good content for a YouTuber. Huh. Well, while you guys are here, please hit the like button. check out my Magic the Gathering content. Trying to get my trying to get back into Magic videos. I just need consistent like button hits to really draw other folks into the fold here. $900 TNL. That's probably 3 more crabs, maybe. Should it be on flies? Level 15, you can do flies. I don't know, this party, I'm not sure they know, I don't remember which mobs to fight when and where. But this party's, they're nice people, but it's a little slow. I'm just gonna stay and save MP for Woof. I hate fighting the flies. They spam that AoE attack that's poison and slow and all that shit. $98 XP? This is bad. Yeah, what the fuck? Yeah. 800 TNL. No, you can't fight fish at this level. We'll get destroyed. Right? The fish is 26. Crabs are 21. Almost there. I think the paladin in my party, I think he died twice. That's a little better. What? Probably 400 TNL?
Incoming emote.
You're funny. I like this tower. They got personality. Let's get it. $300.
Your skill has increased. Your skill has increased.
Get him, Fenrir. Oh, that was bad. I'm out of MP. Are we there yet? Not yet. Oh man. Melou. They're funny. I like this. Maru. M-E-L-O-U. He's funny. Funny, like, funny tiny Ewok. Woof. Woof. Wicked Moon is my hubby. Okay. We done? Didn't fucking level? Okay. Oh, I should not just stand here and actually make this Fenrir do something. What happened to Fenrir? Oh, I ran out of MP. The Gauka special. I'm out of MP. Uh-oh. Ow. Finally. Thank you and good night. Alright, everyone. I'm logging. I said, yes, don't care what the Diddy list says.
You've been examined.
Say hi to YouTube. Say hi to YouTube, we live. Yes.
Incoming emote.
F no, my money. My money. That's my money. You get paid in friendship.
Incoming trade.
What are you giving me? Somebody's giving me something. Hope it's a link pearl. Smacks Mooey's butt. Thanks for the cookie. One cookie.
Incoming emote.
This is great. My first PT as summoner. Didn't play.
Incoming emote.
Anyway. All right, children. Have a great night. I'm logging it. Wicked Moon, Nishi, Kustos, J-Luck, Richie Dubs, anybody I missed who hung in the chat, thank you so much. Feel free to come back next time for another exciting episode of Galka Plays Summoner. Alright, let's slap it on down. Alright, I'm done. Have a good night, everyone. Thank you.